Nothing. Just go on.
And here is your host of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk, the shitheads, the King Striker, Main Event Jay, and the Freak from Q Creek.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. I am your host, the King Striker, and I am being joined tonight by Rob. We got to get you a name. Everyone else has a name but you. We got to get you a name.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be something that comes up on its own. You know, it has to be earned. It can't just be given.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. But it's just me and you tonight, so we're gonna talk some wrestling. You know, we got some interesting topics coming up. But real quick before we get into wrestling talk, obviously tomorrow is 9/11. A very, very special day.
Yeah.
For everyone, you know, I don't know if you remember where you was on 9/11 when it happened, but I do.
I do too. I was driving to college, man.
Oh wow!
Got turned around right by the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So anybody that's watching, you know, if you served, you know, just want to thank you for your service. Tomorrow's going to be a hard time for many, many people that lost loved ones on that tragic day. So,
yeah,
just want to let everybody know that Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk is remembering everybody on 9/11 tomorrow.
Agreed.
So, absolutely. So let me get that. We'll switch that over. And all right. So I just want to give a huge shout out real quick to my main man, Henry. I call him the Hunkster or the Hankster. I call him the Hankster. He loves wrestling. Unfortunately, his favorite wrestler is LA Knight. So we can't fault him for that. But he also likes Hulk Hogan. So I'm okay with that. I'm a big Hulk Hogan fan. But just wanted to say, what's up, Hunkster, a.k.a. the Hankster. So,
hey, Henry, 1 out of 2 is not bad, buddy. You keep rooting and keep enjoying wrestling. It's always good to have the kids get into it to keep this alive.
Absolutely. You're absolutely 100% correct. So, Hank, make sure you watch Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk every Wednesday night. We may have to put filters on here because sometimes we go off tangent with some words we shouldn't say, but
hey, we'll keep it clean for all ages.
Well, I can't promise you that. So,
true.
But just wanted to give a shout out and say hi to him. He's a big wrestling fan. So, all right. So let's get down to it, Rob. We're going to be talking. We're going to start off Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk tonight with the return of AJ Lee on SmackDown.
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah. You know, she came out, introduced herself because, you know, the way a lot of these people that watch wrestling now don't have any idea who she is.
Yeah, I was expecting something different as we talked about on the last show. But I think that, I think watching it, that it was done right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think KL was right the last show. The pop needed, bring her down from the front, let her make her entrance. You know, I thought they would go off script with it, but, you know, they did it, and I think it worked out perfectly the way it should.
I agree. Absolutely. Um, you know, and before she actually got into her promo, Rob, or I mean, well, she was doing her promo, but she talked about her mental health. That she needed to take time away. Um, I understand mental health is a big thing now, and and it always will be. But it just her throwing that into her promo threw me off a little bit. Like to me, it just didn't fit in there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no, but I think it gave it background for why she hasn't been around in so many years. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it gives it credence because you don't know what other people are going through that they have to deal with on a day to day basis, and you know, just to throw it out there, I mean, there's so many things out there that if you are going through something and you can't deal with it, there's people to talk to. There's places to call that can help you get the help you need. And I'm glad she did. I mean, I think her return is great, but I think it did give it credence to why she had to step away and why she wasn't there for so long.
Right, absolutely. Now, do you think that was? Do you think that should have been in her promo, or do you think that should have kept, private?
And honestly, I think it was strictly up to her. If she felt comfortable enough and wanted to make it known that even superstars deal with things that sometimes they need help with, that, if she felt comfortable with that to share that deeply personal aspect of her personal life, then by all means, I have no issue with her doing that.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know, it was just off the way it came off to me. But I guess
But you also gotta think too, Larry. They made that a very personal thing for her and CM Punk. Like, you know what I mean? Like they got in the ring, they hugged. They wanted you to show that side of them, not just the wrestling figure side. So I think having that part there made it more real and made it more personal for people to kind of see themselves in them a little bit. Which, if you can relate to your wrestlers and your fans, then it's going to make you for a bigger attraction.
True. Yeah, you got a good point. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, get them questions and comments in, and we'll answer them as we go. I believe we are having some technical issues with YouTube for some reason. It's saying that we're not broadcasting on YouTube, but it's showing on my end that we are. So I'm not real sure what's going on, but I guess we'll get it figured out. Hey, Derek, what's up? He says terrible point. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Yeah.
But so anyway, back to AJ Lee. It was confirmed Friday night that it is going to be her and her husband, the best in the world, CM Punk.
I mean, that's a stretch, Larry.
Going up against another couple, Becky Lynch and Seth freaking Rollins. It's Wrestlepalooza next week.
And I think this is going to be a long, drawn out feud. I don't think this is going to end next week. I could see something going down, you know what I mean, where someone gets screwed out of the win again or something like that, that it's going to develop and prolong itself, which I think is good. I mean, you got to have a good storyline, and I think this is a good one to have drag out.
Right. And it's all about the money now, Rob. So
100%.
This feud here is definitely money.
And it's going to draw people in. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to draw attention and eyes, and people are going to take sides, and it's going to be a barn burner. I'll tell you that for certain.
Yes, absolutely. And to add, this is going to be the first PLE that's going to be on ESPN, strictly ESPN
Right.
and Netflix internationally. So
Yeah.
they're gonna go all out on ESPN.
Right, because they're gonna, this is gonna be viewership times, 100. So people are gonna have the opportunity to tune in over this new platform. They're gonna want to draw attention, so they're gonna make it a real banger, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned, Rob, you feel that it's gonna continue out for a feud. But where could you see it? Let me see. Let me think how to say this. How else or how could this all play out, though, in your opinion?
Um, like I said, I could see it being like something happens the next round, like let's say Wrestlepalooza. Say, you know, Seth Rollins accidentally hits AJ Lee, knocks her out. You know what I mean? And then they get into a tussle off stage. You remember, like in the past, like Queen Elizabeth, or even like the Undertaker's wife, and things like that went on. You could see stuff from going on outside of the ring as well, playing into it. So I think they could bring it so many different ways. Kind of bring back like the old Attitude Era, where you go and beat Vince McMahon up in a in a hospital bed. So Lord only knows. It's an endless imagination of where they could take it.
Right. Yep, I agree. And like we said, it's all about the money.
Right. And I can even see a partner. You might agree with this, where say like Becky Lynch accidentally knocks Seth Rollins out, and then they get into a little spat with each other, and he throws her out of the house or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. I'm looking a little bit ahead to November. November, we got Survivor Series.
Right.
I would love to see, CM Punk, AJ Lee, and then, 3 other people on their team go against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and 3 other people on their team. The old Survivor Series way, like the old Survivor Series was the best. I love the old Survivor Series. The way they do it now, I mean, it's just like another PLE. I mean, they don't do the whole Survivor Series thing anymore.
Right.
And I think they need to get back to that.
I could see Survivor Series with those 4 being a cage match. Just a flat out brawl. No holds barred.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd lean toward that. Yeah.
That would definitely be money.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So, all right. Is there anything do you want to add to the AJ Lee, etc.?
No, I was just going to ask you, because you said about adding a third person to each team. So, who do you see being like allied for each side that would want to step into that type of arena with those 4? Because it is like husband, wife. Yeah, it would almost be like the butler, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the third person? And I don't see how they would add to it unless they're involved in some way.
Right. So, like I said, going back to the old Survivor Series way, you need 5 people on a team.
Right.
So I can definitely see LA Knight being on their team.
Okay.
Jey Uso on their side, and who knows who else. And then obviously on Seth's side you got the Vision,
Braun and Bronson.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: do you think it would? And this is just me spitballing here. That you brought up Jey Uso. What about him and Jimmy Uso on that side, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed on the other side?
Right.
Which could definitely lead for some future things.
Yes, and I think we're going to get into a little bit of that here in a few minutes.
A little preview, everybody.
Yes. So it's definitely interesting.
Right.
And we'll see. And so, Rob, real quick before we move on, did you remember AJ Lee from back in the day or no?
No, I don't. I don't remember her from back in the day.
Okay.
So I mean,
I love the
you loved like the crazy chick
whole,
skipping around thing.
yes, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she could play that part now. The fact that she said that, she had some mental health stuff she was dealing with and she kind of got that fixed up. So,
Yeah, but she's still doing it, Rob. She's
I
still doing
know.
the skipping.
Yeah.
And, she's doing the whole, just like she did before, the little,
Right.
freaky wave, and she still has it. So,
but I don't know if it's going to keep that. I think that might just be the entrance. We'll see if her character changes a little bit.
It can't, Rob. There's no way. And her character cannot change AJ Lee and her not be the crazy chick.
Okay.
Because then it wouldn't be AJ Lee then. It just
right.
wouldn't.
Right. Okay.
So, but I mean, it's a new age.
Right.
New owners, you never know.
Right.
All right. So, Ronda Rousey, has been making some news with her comments lately.
Yeah.
And she said that she will never return to the WWE after they fired her best friends, Shayna Baszler and Marina Shafir.
Yeah, it was like the MMA versus WWE when that was all occurring.
Right. Do you think right now the WWE actually cares if she wants to come back or not?
Well, like we had talked about before, like with Wrestlepalooza and ESPN taking over, I could see them wanting to try to get all the blasts from the past. You know what I mean? Pull in all the big names that can still perform to, almost like an all-star event. But, I think Ronda Rousey she turned down UFC as well. So I think she's moved on with her life. She's happy with raising her kids and having the family. I don't think she wants to step into any spotlight at this point.
Okay. Well, a few months ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, maybe close to a year ago, she did return to wrestling in AEW for Ring of Honor for a few shows.
Yeah.
And everybody thought, she was signing with AEW. Obviously, that's where Marina Shafir is. And maybe Shayna Baszler can end up there. So if Shayna ends up there and Shafir's there, could Ronda possibly join AEW full time?
No.
Would you like that?
I don't think she will. I think if she does anything, it's going to be her name to pump those other two up to kind of help build them. And if she did go to AEW, how long would it last? So I'm kind of indifferent. I wouldn't really care because, them being UFC fighters before, that kind of fits the AEW style of just all-out brawl, shock and awe type of stuff. So if they're going to do that type of stuff, it would be there.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I would like her to. I think she should just stay on her farm with her husband and take care of her kids and her freaking farm animals. She doesn't need to come to AEW. It's already oversaturated with people that are signed and don't wrestle now. And I'm not a big Ronda Rousey fan anyway.
No, like I said, I think it would be strictly a name to pump up those other two. If they're going to, to build them. That would be the only thing.
Right. Was you a Ronda Rousey fan when she fought in MMA? Or UFC, I mean?
Yeah. I enjoyed her fights. Because it was like her against the world, It was like who could take down Ronda Rousey. And, you always like that David versus Goliath story. You know what I mean?
He was a beast in UFC.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. She took out a lot of people.
Yeah. And, I don't know the truth or not behind this, but I heard that she wasn't very nice backstage in WWE. I guess she had a bad attitude.
I did read that as well. But if you also remember too, like she paid a tribute to a lot of those older guys. Like she asked permission to use the Rowdy from Roddy Piper, and she went and asked Ric Flair about the Four Horsemen. She did pay respect to the legends of the past, and not just go in and say, "Hey, I can do this. I'm taking it." She did ask permission and paid those guys the respect they deserve for being the legends of those titles. So, I think initially, she might have got wrong somewhere along the line in her eyes, and kind of was like, "The heck with it all," and probably had a bad attitude at that point. But at least from the get go, it sounds like she did wrestling right.
Okay. Yeah, I just, like I said, no to AEW. No. No. And you mentioned the horsewomen.
Yeah.
Rob, you said horsemen, but I think you meant the horse.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying that was the name that she asked permission to kind of go after.
Can you name the 4 horsewomen?
What was
you on the spot now?
What was her? Baszler. I can't remember the other two. You said the other one, but I can't remember the last one. It was all the MMA girls. It was the 4 MMA people.
No.
It wasn't?
Nope. So it was Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair. Wait, let me look this up.
You sure? Because Charlotte Flair was on the other side.
Hang on. Let me. I'm checking. Let me make sure before I open mouth insert foot.
Right. I think it was they were on the other side.
All right, let me look. Okay, I was right. Okay, so it was Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Bayley were the 4 horsewomen.
Okay, so I was wrong on that.
Yes, I was wrong because I thought Ronda Rousey was part of the 4 horsewomen also. So yeah, interesting. I could have swore Rousey was part of that too, but Google's never wrong.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
But I think we should move on.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm tired of talking about Rousey already.
After we got shut down by by Google.
Yeah. So Friday night, we got the Usos got back together, kinda, sorta.
I called that one, didn't I?
You did. And I love how WWE did it. They had Jey Uso do his normal entrance, if you remember.
Uh-huh.
He started walking down, and then out came Big Jim and joined him. I liked how they did that.
Yeah.
So, Rob, do you want to see them as a tag team full time?
Yeah, 100%. I think Jey Uso kind of wore out the solo career. Yeah. You look at his last few matches. I mean, he was just kind of the throw-in, and there was really no chance of him winning anything. But I think that was just kind of the test the waters to see if he could still stand alone. And I think it proved he couldn't. And they're going to put him back as a tag team and eventually make him champion.
I agree. Do you remember the Usos when they were a tag team?
Oh yeah, they were great. They were the best tag team in WWE at that point.
Since day one-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved them as a tag team.
Right.
And getting back to Jey, like the whole Yeet thing is still, it's still over. But like you said, he's not what he used to be wrestling wise. He
Well-
went from the top, very, very hot, down to almost, cold off. And now he's basically a mid Carter.
Right. And I think you got to remember back too when Jay was a tag team is when Roman Reigns was, champion and just dominating everything. They were the headline, those guys. And I think that built Jey Uso up to where they gave him a shot to try to just roll the solo career. And yeah, I mean, it went all right initially and then just kind of fizzled out. Like I think his storyline just got lame. You know what I mean? It just got tired and then they have to reinvent him again.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. And I think that's what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah. Because he was way better as a tag team than ever solo.
Yes. Yep. My next question for you, Rob, is: do you see Jay turning heel?
Maybe later down the road. I don't see it initially. I see them building them up as like the baby face of the tag team. I think that they may be the ones that take down the Wyatt Six. And just let them make reign for a little bit. And then I really think once Roman Reigns comes back, they could probably try to do something like that. But I think if he turns heel now, he won't have a leg to stand on. You know what I mean? Like he's already starting to wane. And if you do that, I think it'll just lose it, period.
So did you watch the segment on Friday night with them? Okay, so if you get a chance, just go back and watch that segment. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
There was just little hints of a heel turn with Jay. When they were standing in the ring and all of a sudden, Jay goes behind Big Jim and stands there instead of being beside him. It's the small things you have to catch that you have to look for and catch. And there are reports of him possibly turning heel on Jimmy, which might be smart because then he would get all the heat again.
Yeah.
He won't be able to come down out through the crowd anymore. Maybe you get you're getting a heel version of main event Jay.
Yeah, but what does that produce in the long run?
Honestly, at this point, Rob, I don't know.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to think future, but like if you make him turn heel now, how's that storyline carry? Just between them two? I mean, that's not going to. They're both not getting enough pop and recognition to make that worthwhile.
Right, and I don't think that they're going to turn him heel now. I just think that they're planting the seeds.
I agree, but I think it has to be down the road when Roman Reigns comes back.
Right.
I don't think it could be it can't be standalone until Roman Reigns returns.
Right. I agree. You have to watch these things. Like, one of these nights, we'll get together and we'll watch a pay-per-view together and I'll smarten you up if I see it.
Well, hey, I didn't disagree it was going to be a heel turn. I just said it is not going to be anywhere soon.
Right. And when I'm just saying you got to watch for these Easter eggs.
Right, right.
The way that he walked behind him,
right,
and stood, and you just have to watch for those things.
I mean, you and your Cadbury eggs, you always trying to push that off on me.
Yes, yes. Between that and Alex Windsor being the best men's wrestler in the world, I don't know what to do with you.
Right. I told you, AED is not my cup of AEW is not my cup of tea.
Oh, that was hilarious. So, like I mentioned previously, Wrestlepalooza, which is next Saturday, and so is AEW's All Out. But this is going to be ESPN's first PLE for WWE.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. Are you gonna watch that, or are you gonna watch both, Rob? You're gonna watch AEW at 3 p.m. and then at 7 o'clock, are you gonna watch Wrestlepalooza?
What do you think?
I think you should watch both.
I'm not watching AEW.
Here's what I think.
I'm not watching. You know damn well I'm not watching AEW.
Hear me out. I think you need to fire up that smoker, get some wings, some wings, ribs, and invite your pal King Striker up, and we'll watch some AEW and then watch some WWE at night. That's what I think we need to do.
I would do that, but last time you came, you threw me in the damn pole.
Well, you deserved it. I had to get the hat back.
Right. I mean, we could do that. I have no problem with that. But if the Polytech School for the Blind's playing college football that day at 3 o'clock, I'm watching that, and then we can watch WWE later.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, look at Eric Cassidy's comment. He says that YouTube channel still has us as upcoming.
Yeah. What I saw that, Eric. I'm not sure what the heck is going on. I don't know why. It says that I'm streaming on YouTube on my end. I don't know. And Eric, have you been watching since the very beginning? I know you usually do. But we make sure you go back and watch the very beginning. I think you'll enjoy it. And Rob, Eric is retired from the military. I believe a Marine. If I'm wrong, Eric, please tell me. But thank you for your service. I know you've been deployed a few times. So
yeah, thank you for your service, Eric.
Absolutely. See, I knew Derek sent me a message and said that it wasn't playing. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, well.
Might be Reese trying to get on.
Yeah, he's taking over. Now he's going to be doing these damn things with these videos and shit.
Yeah, right.
So, but quick podcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that we got right now. Rob, do you have anything you want to say about the Usos and the PLE coming up?
No, like I said, I think we said pretty much what we think is going to happen. My only contention is I think they're going to make him babyface for a while and then later on make the heel turn. But I don't see that for at least until like Royal Rumble or maybe even beyond.
Right. Yep, absolutely. He says it's not even on the podcast either. Huh.
This might be all for naught tonight.
Yeah. Well, what I could do is I can download the recording and then upload it onto YouTube. Son of a bitch. Oh well.
Hey, little Hankster's watching.
Well, I don't think so. I think he's Night Night Irene now.
Oh, is he 7:05?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not far from it either.
Yeah, me either. AEW comes on at 8. I'll watch a little bit of that, and I'll start nodding off in the recliner, rubbernecking. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our next show will be September 19th. That is a Friday. We will not be going on Wednesday. Who's going to be John Cena's last match? Give us 1 second, Eric. September 19th at 6:30, we will be going over the All Out, AEW All Out, and the Wrestlepalooza picks. We will give our winners. So that will be our next show. So make sure you tune in for that. I'll make sure that I got the YouTube all fixed. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so let's see what Eric said. Who is going to be John Cena's last match against? Rob, you want to take a guess on this?
Depending on the timing. And that's why I said depending on the timing. I don't know if he'll be back, but I would like to see Roman Reigns, one of the longest runs versus one of the greatest champions.
Okay. So his last scheduled match is Saturday night's main event in December. I don't know if I would have Roman Reigns. There has to be somebody else that he feuded with back in the day. Whether Batista, I don't know.
Or does he wrestle The Rock?
That was going to be my next choice. Could it end up being The Rock?
It won't be Batista, because did you see pictures of him now?
Yes.
I mean, he looks deathly ill. He's like 140 pounds soaking wet.
Well, did you see The Rock?
No.
So he was on a red carpet somewhere, and he lost a lot of weight too for a film.
No, but I'm saying Batista looks sickly.
Yes, so does The Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look it up.
I'll have to look that up.
He lost a lot of muscle mass. I mean, it looks bad.
Yeah.
But The Rock would definitely make sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I would like to see it be Roman, just because he's at least been wrestling, and I don't know. I mean, I would just like to see it not against two. It would be like the Goldberg thing all over again.
Oh, dear. We don't talk about Goldberg on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want something like that to be the end.
Right. Eric says, I heard there is a possible match now in January. I don't know. I didn't hear that. I just knew that his last scheduled match was in December.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear that in January thing too, so that's why I'm thinking that, the thing that happens in December might not be the finale. Cena versus Sting.
Oh. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be like instead of a ladders, chairs, tables match, it'd be Walker's, Ben Gay, Depends match.
Yes. Yes. And Sting is retired, but money.
Yeah. I know, but man, just trotting out that. I don't know. I don't know if I can watch that.
Yeah. It may not be the best.
Right.
But it's definitely exciting. I guess only time will tell. So
yeah.
Rob, next Friday on the 19th, make sure you do your homework if you're going to be hopping on and getting your picks in. So
for what, AEW?
Well, all right, you won't have to do AEW. You can do.
I'll do AEW. I'll just guess.
All right, that's fair enough.
But I'll have my picks for Wrestlepalooza, definitely.
All right, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, any last questions or comments before we get off of here? Make sure you check us out on YouTube, as you can see, at Pro Wrestling X Talk. That is the handle. Give us a like, comment, do all that good stuff. And again, we appreciate everybody that watches. And I was wondering why our viewership was down tonight. And apparently it's because YouTube is not working.
I thought it was because of you, Larry.
No, ratings automatically went up, Springer. You know that.
That's because I'm on.
The king is all about ratings, my man.
Right.
So, all right, guys. Thanks again. We are Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. We will see you next Friday, not Wednesday, but Friday. So until then, stay safe, Tomorrow's 9/11. Make sure you you do the right thing tomorrow. I don't want to get too. I almost said it, Rob. I don't want to get too political in here because that's not what we do.
Right.
But 9/11 is a very special day in everybody's life. Oh, geez, Aaron Rodgers versus John Cena.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be on a dark retreat.
Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I'm your host, King Striker, and that is Springer. And anybody, type in the comments, we need a nickname for Springer. Let's give Springer a good name. We'll see you next Friday on Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk.
I got nothing else.
Is that it, guy?
That's it.
Cut it?
Cut.